Soldiers are some of the bravest people you'll ever meet. They are universally respected, and they take on duties that many would run away from. They take part in peacekeeping missions, supporting humanitarian efforts, or fighting in combat zones. Interestingly though, in recent years soldiers have come forward and shared some of the interesting things that they've witnessed while on duty. One online user posted these photographs of a helicopter carrying a mysterious object over a combat zone. The user details that the photos were taken during the early 2000s in the Middle East. The three helicopters can be seen travelling in the same direction, but it's the helicopter at the front that's caught people's attention. It can be seen carrying a large object that looks like a disc, and it's caused some to theorise what the object is. Some military experts in the comments said it could be something like a tank, or that the helicopter could have been part of a drop-off, or some said that it could have been picking up something. Some users though went down a different route and suggested that it could have been a mysterious flying craft that made contact with the ground. Cleanup operations in regards to mysterious flying crafts are not anything new. In fact, for decades now, declassified documents and eyewitnesses claim that whenever there's been a mysterious craft that's crashed, a military presence is normally observed in the nearby area. Due to this, it's caused some to suggest that the military may have been aware of these objects, and that they were tracking them the whole time, and this would explain why they can get to the downed craft so quickly. One user said the following about the photographs. It's not very often that you get photographs with these types of stories. I've read many forums of soldiers who have come forward and detailed what they've encountered during their time in the military, and some of the most interesting ones are those that detail the paranormal. One of the problems though is that these individuals can't back up what they're saying, so at face value they're just stories. However, we actually have a photograph of this one, and I agree that it does look like the helicopter is carrying an object that matches the typical description of an unidentified flying object." End quote. Another user commented that their friends served in the military, and they would often detail how they would see strange glowing crafts while being out in battle. He said these crafts would travel extremely fast, and had the ability to outmaneuver anything they had. His friend said that although these objects weren't often sighted, they could always tell the difference between these crafts and the aircrafts that belonged to the military. Some skeptics though were quick to point out that although the photographs look interesting, it's likely that the helicopter was lifting something from a nearby area, and it just so happens to be in the shape of a classic UFO. Researchers have said that the military have known about these strange crafts since first being established, and that they've built a large database to record and document these mysterious crafts. Today, our sky is filled with planes, jets, helicopters and drones. However, there was a time in which strange crafts were being observed before the invention of the aeroplane. Whilst we might think of the UFO as a 20th century phenomenon, the late 19th century saw many astounding reports that brought to those who witnessed them both wonderment and fear in equal measure. One interesting account is that of the Aztec, New Mexico UFO crash that occurred back in 1948, and has since been a topic of great debate amongst UFO enthusiasts. According to the author Frank Scully, who broke the story surrounding the strange incident, Scully claimed that in March of 1948, a flying saucer described as being around 99 feet in diameter was found in the Hart Canyon, approximately 12 miles northeast of the city of Aztec, New Mexico. When the military arrived to recover the craft, the soldiers had supposedly found an estimated 16 deceased humanoid bodies that were believed to have been between 36 to 42 inches in height. Frank Scully theorized that after the craft was taken into a secret US military base for inspection, the United States government used it for reverse engineering purposes to hopefully one day create a fleet of their own crafts in the near future. During this investigation process, Scully elaborated that the craft seemed to generate propulsion via electromagnetic principles, which seemed to be in almost direct comparison to modern-day discoveries in ionic crafts, which would utilize electromagnetic fields to generate concentrated ionic winds. Interestingly enough, hundreds of skeptics and even fellow UFO enthusiasts believe the Aztec, New Mexico event to have been a fictitious hoax, designed by Frank Scully for the purpose of selling books. The truth, however, seems to be far more surreal, as a report written by the lead FBI agent in charge of the Washington field office, Guy Hotel, seems to describe the event of the alien crash with perfect clarity. Known as the Hotel Memo, the archived document was made available for viewing on the FBI's Vault website that stored archived documents for the public to have access to. When the memo was made popular via different social media sites upon its discovery, the Federal Bureau of Investigation acknowledged the memo in a statement press release back in 2013, claiming that the memo was nothing more than a third-hand account with no support backing its claims, and was nothing more than the retelling of a hoax. Today, the incident and its legitimacy is still a hot topic of debate among theorists and enthusiasts. So what do you make of these interesting photographs? Do you think the helicopter is carrying something mysterious, or is it something that can be easily explained? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.